Okay, hey y'all. Thanks for coming. Glad that y'all are here to celebrate these wonderful people. I'm honored to even know them, let alone introduce one of them. Scarlett Wardrop is a second-year MFA candidate in poetry. She currently teaches Intro to Poetry writing class and is the editor-in-chief of Revisions, all undergraduate lit magazine. Her work can be found in Deluge and Dream Pop Press. She's a wonderful instructor, a lover of all things pumpkin spice, and fluent in computer code. She's also a phenomenal poet, but we already knew that already. Despite this knowledge, when I sat down to read her poems for this introduction, I kept getting up on something. I kept reading and rereading and rereading until I realized what it was. Like the rest of us, Scarlett's poetry breathes. And who am I to define a living thing? But when you read Scarlett's poetry, everything is dark at the corners of your eyes, and there's definitely some fog. There's a laboratory that doubles as an operating room, there's gene splicing, there are pulsars, there's a coffee house, of course there's poison. Somewhere not far there's a creek, somewhere a core collapse that cascades and vomits out chemical releases. Like all living, breathing things, her poetry defies definition in its multiplicity. The unnamed speaker, or sometimes the collective we, leads us through this realm of blood and magic and archived gems with confidence. She performs experiments on possibly unwilling hosts, sometimes lovers, and eventually herself, even if only by proxy. And she somehow describes all of this with a calm and eerie clarity. I feel both comforted and alarmed by the contrast between how casually these acts of violence are depicted and how unnervingly beautiful they often are. The poem Compulsive, for example, begins with the lines, "I can't be contained, I am doing the containing, filling cherries with blood in the lab." And then later on, the cherries reanimate as congealed corpses. A rumble threatens from the living core. And we see that in this world, bodies aren't just corporeal forms we inhabit, but units of power, points of tension, cherries under the scalpel, becoming something new. And thus violence is rendered transformation, sublime mutation. That poem was actually written by a computer code that Scarlett fed a few lines to do with what it pleased. We know this because we were shown the code right on the page before we see the finished poem. One might think that seeing the exposed innards of what makes the poem tick would demystify it, but instead we're forcibly reminded of just how flimsy the barrier is between what we consider to be natural and what is human-made. This juxtaposition makes us question why we have, as living, breathing beings, decided that which we create is not natural. But Scarlett's poetry navigates this with prolific ease. The strange marriage between technology and nature, the controlled and uncontrollable, a virus and its mutation. When you read her work, and if you haven't, I strongly urge you to do so, you are not transported to another world, you are in trance. When you emerge transformed, but with the understanding that you can never really leave. At least not with those speakers' voice in your ears still ringing. You'll visit me in my dreams, my new somnambulant walker. Everyone, Scarlett up.
So I'm going to be reading a couple of poems that are from my to-be thesis. And they all take place in the creek, which is loosely based off of this creek that is behind my childhood home. So that is the place you're entering in these poems. The first one is called Silt. That there was a birth bled from soil on the coldest day, that the mother sighed, the father bent, that the creek came before and after in a loop, that smog rewired itself, the velvet spine, that once was gametophyte, condensed raindrop skin, that fang pricked antiseptic, the trapped retina, that she laughed and coughed up vegetation, that the ivy spilled, the venom plant, that the crescent moon scooped its light into spores, that the comet broke, the scent storm, that she will present herself separated and nymph, that silence soaked the torn mouth tissue, that the rotting fruit slid from her thoracic cage, that she replanted it, the leaking opal. In our blood. We rip each other apart like blood-laced doilies. I wear the death antlers in the funeral procession, armored in my black diamond gown, spun from the bodies of leeches, passed down through each second eldest daughter. We speak imperatives through our hand maneuvers and emerge from our lacquered caves. When the stars fall from sky sockets, the growls loosen our throats. We dip ourselves in froyo, roll around in mushrooms, grip petals to fold under tongues. My great-grandmother ventriloquizes in her poltergeist form. Ready your spins. She booms through my younger brother. Soil rubies around us, creek fogs, trees split as wine tumbles from leaves, pours into our ears, circulates up our brains, and when we swallow it, we can hear our screams within. Creek fogs. There is not enough healing to go around, so we wait our turn. There can only be one in disarray at a time, while we reconfigure our bones to loosen our fractures. Our blood can only keep one of us alive at a time, even when we have died over again. The others sleep as we traverse the creek and fashion mechanisms from carbon deposits. Last night I made a pair of goggles, stripped from marrow wire, crow feathers on the tips. I am known for spotting circuit boards in the tree, skeletons when my hair charges, mirrored fingers prick themselves. I work until reverse dawn, piling my findings in the underground, thicket beneath the coffee house, where one at a time we emerge, tattooed with our fissures marked. We soothe ourselves into almost sleep. Often I awake, still tethered to another realm, tied up with different nerves. The coffee house, where we defang for rot, coats our bones at the night curtain. Our breath cuts others from the cloth, strain our lungs against the damp. The spiders replace our stitches. The hawks spit their venom too. The shelves hold places for us to prop up when we need a rest. Stoppered lacquer, bottles locked, leather trunks, battered hereditary scars. We carry a predilection for glassing, substrates and syrups into veins, preserve and unearth in our lab, cloned organs into message transmitters. First we must free them of locked memories, selves remember too, ply the fissures, infuse clay into vessels. We will make carbon copy maps of sensory patterns so we can hijack their sequences, harvest their webbed scaffolds, animate at dawn, bury the hearts on the lawn. Lifeblood. Decaying stars break through the glass of the celestiary. I bear the news on a silver platter to the center room. Kneel on tiles erupting with earth, black-winged moths. My mother on the velvet chaise, my shadow father shakes his head. My mother mouths omens in silence. I cast the barricade, fencing us in, behind iron, spit, wings. At dinner, voices shake through my mother. Where the haze? We sip venoms, dream of planets choked by leaves, spit glowworms onto the table, dip our fingers in wax, cough prophecies. After returning to the creek, we tear into the only specimen caught in our fence, now slicked with sacrificial iridescence. I grip the head and suck mercury into my spigots. I hear the sun straining miles beneath the brush. We buried it last week. Grumples. Glass snow peach, dip your core in murk, bring me your molten bee corpses for my steel-fashioned lungs. I need the fizz of honey-dunked drunk light when the moon slips from its sky holster. I cannot quell the itches pulsating from frayed wire ends beneath my skin, and I convulse, rejecting my own iron-laced veins. I promised my inner self they would take, but how do I stop the spinning threads from wrapping around my vena cava and squeezing? How do I suspend words in ice to stop their bleeding? My mouth hums and aches in tune with the sun long buried under earth, and my hair stands on end at the magnets I swallow each day to treat dispersion, a relentless knot in my vesicles. Every cell in this architected brain must be replaced before the night takes, or the spindle fibers will slip in and denature again. Wild growth. Shrines to the undergods ground up, served molten binary mixture on a planter in the crawl space. These moonless nights give way to smooth globes falling from gnarled collisions. Creased shadows disrupt tree bark peeled back to gilded lockets, hiding names in broken chords. The hinges must rust off once frequencies release the wettened seals and melt the wax off these newly minted, ciliated fibers to innervate the larynx integration. Our hypnotic matrix, where chemical root wanderer stalks, the alveoli gate. The organ wants to grow a brain, but it cannot siphon without a crystalline metropolis, without a chamber to push atoms together. It needs a smattering from shells unraveling, and if unbound, the organ may filigree limbs and slink away. If tempted to feast on dead particles, it may limp. The lock. What we did not fragment, we poisoned, all buried in the creek floor. Vapor fluoresced limbs, words injected into flower petals. What was killed off floats to the thorn, wisps of voices. To keep us alive, not enough vault opens at night. The vault opens, the crack vaults the end of starships. The vault where we keep the lips hooked. The carved flooding vault that soils and upsets all from the creek. The silk, the bone relics, shift before a magnetic stream, dripping into a buoyant force, squeezing tessellated depths. I insert the bone into the rusted door, inert the awakened floor. A crown of 3 spiders descends upon the deadened lock, drowns. Toxic bubbles and capillary tension crawling up, the glass reliquary, a mandrake swallow, a nest too soon, a gape too fresh for ruination. What remains spun land is not enough creek. Wear the haze. Lace me into the leech dress, barb hooks into familiar wounds, along spines, metal laces, click into place, a current connects. I diz, the voices encroach, indistinguishable from leech teeth, clicks against my skin. If I am becoming, then more stars will fall, and magnets will stop. Trees mend their bones in anticipation. The circlet cracks on my head. If I falter against the bark, a voice hisses out and wraps itself around my limbs, settles into my skin, embedding here into my wrist dermis. If I am becoming, then the earth will rebirth in this millennium. The glass flashes again, my pupils contract, calm my vision. If I am becoming, the ruin crumbles in this creek. If I am becoming, if I am the only one projecting,
if I snarl speak,
if I illumine my lens, if I smelt the circlet, craft a circle around my whims,
if I give into the voice in my rest,
if I am more than leech, if I become,
if I become,
if I become. Writing in slip song. I hope you tear yourself
apart inside after,
you hollow out all
with my
corners,
mouth flutter,
whom I only know by silhouette.
warm shadow against stone.
You drink from my streams.
You welcomed me, you thing.
Before I can finish a poison to thread through the creek,
A snarl rips our bodies apart,
or mine when our eyes lock, grind me into the ground.
your hands cling to my neck,
I gasp, her,
favor of words and muffled breaths,
collector of strings of what is between things.
connection,
Crave
crave a current order to these currents, tainted tinctures. I want to conjure a lavish beheading,
use your artery tangled with tongue.
and force you down in pieces.
My heart,
This duplicity organ drums up a fissure,
your blood in my spine.
sinking slower and deeper, divine.
Last one.
to keep a heart outside of its body cavity.
Narrow over loam in the spread illusion.
Filament and osteocyte extraction. I will be your neophyte if you will be my magnet channeler.
Wrapper of wounds.
Pricked and creek that bleeds, narrow over loam, spread our limbs your hook.
And my eye knives occult.
Ovation of plasma,
Agar amplified sparks.
your neophyte may be tied up this time.
Distill the numbers again through corrugated net.
And regrow the web, whose logs we narrow over loam in the spread, to cough up motions, to sink the bed,
To creep together a ventricle.
tangle your neophyte and my ties to hologram memory,
To trace a manufacture mutation.
and asphyxiation extracted
From thawed ilium bone.
when I narrow over loam in the spread. I'll be your neophyte.
If you denature my suborbital bends.
Hi. Sarah Judy can't be here, so try Sarah Judy is here.
On Khajavipour, a ventriloquist who cannot throw his voice. All spectacle and no artifice, all performance and all authenticity. Jahan's poems invite you into pleasure, and everything you find there is yours to touch and turn over, and you will always leave with a gift. A single pomegranate, a hand-shaped clay bust in a box filled with white gauze, a photograph of a beautiful dead boy. Jahan's poetry has the decadence of Mikrio Mishima, the laboriousness of Gertrude Stein, and the poems you will hear tonight are full of other artists' fire and flowers. Among them, Louise Zukowski's 80 Flowers, Georgie Hyde-Lee's in her automatic writing, Brian Dyson's 16-meter-long painting, Calligraphy of Fire, Saint Joan of Arc, Apollo, God of the Sun, and Morrissey's 2019 album of other people's songs, California Sun. And you might want to remember as you listen that Dyson's Calligraphy was the last painting he made before he died, that Zukowski's life ended before his 80th birthday, that Joan of Arc went up in a cloud of flame. The generous logic of these poems assumes that you might catch all these references and make from them a bouquet. Called wildly amusing and explicitly queer by the international editor of Vogue, Jahan's performances are typically lip-synced, giving the sense that these poems might just have easily ended up in your mouth. That is part of their generosity, too. Tonight, as you listen to Jahan read, see if you can catch the lips moving. See what phrase you are given to take and turn over in your own mouth.
Sarah Judy.
In spring, considering chrysanthemums. Considering in chrysanthemums, spring chrysanthemums. Spring in considering spring. Considering chrysanthemums in chrysanthemums. Considering in spring, in chrysanthemums spring. Considering spring. Chrysanthemums considering in considering. In spring, chrysanthemums, spring chrysanthemums, in considering chrysanthemums. Considering spring and considering spring, in chrysanthemums. In chrysanthemums, considering spring, considering. Chrysanthemums, spring in spring. Considering in chrysanthemums, in considering chrysanthemums. spring chrysanthemums. In spring, considering spring. Chrysanthemums spring in chrysanthemums. Considering chrysanthemums in considering. Spring considering spring. Chrysanthemums in spring. In considering chrysanthemums in spring. Chrysanthemums considering chrysanthemums spring considering in. Considering chrysanthemums in spring.
Natura morta. Please bear with this poem. The truth of man is expressed in the smallest details. Glitterbeard trash day Einstein, squinting femboys trash, draping gold-plated smooch, marble-fleshed whisk-off caress, chlorine luminescent surprise, pursed primrose, latex glass bottles, certified gulhor doll corpses, velvet picture frames all you can eat, play place hood slabs, promenade button-up leaf hat, cabrona kid sister smoke billowing, tank top sand-colored slumper, offering denim champagne, curtain-torn broom homo nymph, bottle service fuchsia cravat knots, transvestite foam mirror, shoulder rest peekaboo view, wig thigh putt-putt, blue brief blonde chainsaw, one-eyed fur collar, duetting grocery circus, muffin tops mag mask ratchet, Tannenbaum ice sculpture Latino, jam-filled raya nochi, sweetest salt sunflowers, missy liberation camouflage, street-ripped pinball, fuchsia spun canine royale, bushy brown bud suburb, tabby skeleton key tree, deathbed hours funeral, plus-size grading banners, finest fair call roller coaster, a simple buttercake ceiling, celebrity flip-flops on cuts, creature feature feline biceps, duvet wrapped dog hog bus stop, double stash margarita receivers, hung express ostrich fossils, hay paved princess talk show, ticket carling diploma, fuchsia flood blissful blank purity ring, president middle finger red cup, BBQ pay me iced tea, athletics nipple video game, striped crescent moon muscle, fuchsia sequence car window chi-chis, banquet shadow photo booth, street lamps rose bouquet balloons, call me beanie boy fun, picnic cat toy mission, 75% pan curtain peak, nude beard best friend, hen house reassuring pillow, Bloody Mary book club organ donor, microphone cheerleading goddess, car wash lifestyle casket, cardigan tattoo learning, housewarming candle sleep mask, snow plane landing Lent, marriage Valentine divine, sickening sheer curtain laid, American gym short, Play-Doh bowl cut point, billboard gunsmoke religion, Tinder button Vogue race, Super Bowl freak rock, fair need heart manger, trimming equal nothing, new car romance tutu, sleeping dog hair bow clipper cut, pajamas lawn furniture pancake face, sailor hat gifts Ebola, Pornhub blueberry prom, braided homophobia IV, AIDS tests don't, pussy queen thinking miniskirts, cheek to cheek sunglasses drowning, microscopic anaconda I'm a reed, diamondback thin skull heat wave, window view dust mask mermaid, bowling ball lullaby realness, orchid fake blood challenge, polka dotted leg up pose, bear chase with white petals useless, towel butted knees up freedom, epaulette never lame, about cross-dressing motherfucker, Satan bang coffee, eyeball whisker zero, dick perched crayons, hermaphrodite date meeting, addiction universe bandanas, spaceship boy overboard, pig puppet taint flag, black face mustaches face cream, blue beautiful bookcase, Mustang Plasma icing, rainbow sarcastic tomatoes, falsely laced front pencil shoes, lavender twain photo shoot, pills flirty gentleman, jumpsuit gasping single mom, national fuchsia blossom gorilla, Brazilian headroom peanuts, women paw pearl teeth, leaves on the grass projection screen, gay baroque motorcycle jacket, malady optimism applause, museum garden bounce house throw, red carpet stage boxing, new shoes clavicle kitten, limited merkin ongoing, pillow down booth fingernails, fuchsia hooded overalls earrings, mullet model throw pillows, silk checkout submerged brow lift, better than bunny flanked cleavage, hashtag Wednesday terrible, outfit selfies flawless purring, bird's eye conceptual desktop, playbill bling buckles, singing closet profile, veil shopping basket pleated, scarf casket right foot, glitter boots unicorn fuck yoga, reflective jewelry acquaintances, sweater teacups hot Cheetos, filthiest interlocked rim job, consumers and dragon tattoo collection, creativity horrifying difficulty, box wine fuchsia trimmed thigh highs, death drop G-string children, cosmic loomed ass crack, cover spread wire hangers Jesus Christ, blah 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 gap last phase fruit bowl, unicorn 50 shades mimosa, multitudes little Caesar cuffs, mattress anti-supreme, laptop fat girl's eyeshadow, rose nose bouquet twin set, Fest, Horror Holiday Haute Couture, Fate's Black Veil Deep, Chai Latte Dayglow Trust, Spice Overcome Novel, Fuchsia Dyed Burning Fashionum, Erotic Supermarket Vines, Fingertips Crawling Sleeveless, Gym Crown Blob Fringe, Wallet Chain Scalp Gift Wrap, Cold Cream Pussy Demon, Sipping Sacred Gold Tips, Christmas Assemblage Yellow Rain, Headless Rifle Cops, Block Party Friday Self-Hatred, Reindeer Record Label Lips, Roxy Reef Snowflake Ornaments, Long Island Iced Tea Go-Go Plaid, T-Shirts Judge Poetry, Brittany Sailor Kiss Twerk, Secrets Ball Vintage, Double Elysian Role Model, Plot Twist Banquet Fictions, Aftermath Thanksgiving Casserole, Open Mouth Centerpiece Cactus, Feed Lucite Obsession, Pocketitis Basic Bitch Leather Bag, Succulent Lampshade Lenses, Spotlight Accessory Stretch, Cash Money Nacho Cheese Psycho, Glamour Shots Installation Billboards, Milk Class Appointment Work Bitch, Gay Boy Tindermost Baseball Cap, Tin Can Backdrop Puppy, Photo Shoot Matching Open, Screaming Parade Flex, Long Beach Desk Kama Sutra, Eating Out Dirty Dishes Sideways, Boom Popcorn Umbrella, Honor List Inflammatory Orgy, Divine Antlers Lawn Sign, Gold Grill Cloudhoof Worthy, Languid Tongue Out Sloppy Bottom, Cradle Secrets Obituary, Wallflower Cookie Sticky, Over Easy Wide-Eyed Bachelor, Telephone Pole Reserve Pregnancy Test, Animal Print Racer Sixes, Something Seriously, Nun-Trained Shell Bra, Bulk Tool Earphones, Wristwatch Smith Family Dangles, Kitchen Armor Round Bedouin, Cutout Bracelet Crowd, Kinks, Chex Mix Oversaturated English, Legal Pad Still Hair Blanket, Start Here Venus Passcode, Hand and Shock Magazine, Basic Crawl Lipstick, Shared Issue Sidewalk Sleeper, Music Video Wave Madonna, Red Bull Pecs Apocalypse, Pumpkin Beaded Tuft, Wild Thing Bee Stew, Medusa Queen Comeback, Gold Dust Clown Bolero, Marble Light, Twin Palms Haircut, Anniversary Russell Cupcakes, Irish Jig, Staggerly Nose Pick, Well-Dressed Belted Publicist, Lawn Chair Smack Twerk Team, Post-it Inner Thigh Lobster, Tacky Brief Canal Ghost Ghetto Ass, Hair Treatment Beach All Teeth, Cuddled Holler Single Ladies, Jester's Disco Female Trouble, Car Top Mirror Light Ho Bagels, Frig Magic Storm Embroidery, Hoochie Mama Showgirl Nightstand, Left Foot Vince Dresser Living Room, Catastrophe Hieroglyphic Boxing Glove, Icarus Roastmaster Someday, Vogue Plot Twist Kombucha, Tuxedo Too Savage, Guest House Boring Clothes Polite, Brownie Throwback Commandments, Editorial Screen Candy, World Premiere Visible Motherboards, Pre-Order Oversized Performance Artists, Meat Packing Hard Rock Knees Knocking, Paper Plugged In Women, Today's Bottom Hang-Bag Canvas, Vertigo Godiva Flesh Collage, Billy Dilly Time Pass By Uprising, Lamp Thick and Juicy Notifications, Hateful Intern Sunglasses, Genesis California State Twinkies, Lazy Blue Lip Legality, Plate Stack Foreheads Ballet, Eyes Michelangelo Fingers, Paper Roll Corkboard Cabinet, Gold Chain Checker Baby Girl, Fuzzy Reflection Belly, Laughing Choking King of Beers, Frosting Father's Woof, Dead Bird Jail Dance, Cooing Toothpaste Pancakes, Extraordinary Gowns Caffeine, 25 Yelling Passion, Handle Slap Baseball, Book GPS Mommy Dearest, Coochie Cutters Miss Gamora, Amen Pizza Fuchsia Bag, Virgin Queen LA Problems, Fedora Backseat Be-Light, Subway by Felicia Cumberbuns, Burrowed Rhinestone Headstand, Halo Ugg Boots Forest, Giving Up Candid Bus Helmet, Posters Flaunt Fans, OK Running Platforms, Coffee Machine Fruitful Shiva Nagaraja, Fuchsia Boat Birthday Cake Cinderella, Elbow Grab Church Sunbathing, Septum Piercing Puppy Pile Muffin Bowl, Communicate Iridescent Pencil, Squirrel Refreshing Interview, Jules Swagger Amusement Park, Merry-Go-Round Looping Weave, Adorned Knuckle Tap Outside, Tilda VHS Impossible, Nose Lick Pillow Queen Inked Out, Plumber Witches Magoo, Homies Vases Nail, Tucked In Style Dressing Room, Grammar Pet Cherry Chest, Miniature Golf Brown Bag Road Trip, Popped Bottles Barber Grayscale, Parrots, Grandparents, Heart Crack, Pump Gutter Kids, Shot Pawing Thirst Trap, Collarless Fur Hills Aladdin, Full Bloom Dia de los Muertos Beauty Mask, Advert Cover Girl Horseshit, Existence Spotless Mallard, Sandals Recycled Cycle Carpet, Brickwall Gay Beach Renderings, 40-year-old Crocodile Skin Horror Film, Backstage Claw Machine Mamacita, Trophy Pom-Pom Headset, Shout Uniform Coke Can, Peanut Butter Cup Celluloid Typing, Cigarette Holder Bondage Ottoman Skyline, Cat in a Hat Pickup Prints, Off-the-Shoulder New York City Braces, Terminal 7 Pepperoni, Petting Zoo Puppy Prescription, Easter Candy Window Sitting Drive-Ins, Plastic Straw Asphalt Mesh Top, Coworker Selfie Closet, Side Tongue 8-Ball Nina, Pool Cool Pule Q Rockabilly Party Rock, Wig Mops, Banana Hammock, Slippers, International Conveyor Belts, Fashion, grotesque, revolt. Some flee with the sun. Others introduce us to it. Some take the sun in their mouths. Others swallow. Goodness knows how. It burns the tongue. Goodness most gracious knows it scorches lips and melts the nose. Magic. Goodness how. It flickers from inside. Muted. Sapphire. Her throat becomes the throat of birds. Remember the flight.
Forgetting hyacinths in fall. In fall, forgetting hyacinths. Hyacinths, forgetting fall in fall, and hyacinths forgetting. Fall, forgetting hyacinths and hyacinths. Fall and forgetting forgetting. Fall and hyacinths. And hyacinth, forgetting fall. And forgetting fall, hyacinths fall. Hyacinths in forgetting forgetting. And hyacinths fall hyacinths. Fall, forgetting, and hyacinths in fall. Forgetting and forgetting hyacinths. Fall, fall hyacinths, forgetting and forgetting. In fall, hyacinths, forgetting fall. Hyacinths in hyacinths, forgetting in fall, fall and forgetting hyacinths. In hyacinths, fall, forgetting hyacinths in forgetting. Fall in fall. Hyacinths, forgetting, forgetting. Hyacinths fall in. Fall, forgetting, in hyacinths.